All right, so now for what we're doing here, this is geometry. What is a triangle? We're going to talk about certain things that we know about a triangle. First thing, how many sides does a triangle have? Three. Very good. All right, and depending the size of those three sides, it's going to classify the triangle in two different ways. Polygon with three sides. Very good. We had that. Name a triangle with three letters. We have triangle ABC. ABC with the symbol triangle, which is just a triangle. All right. The sum of the interior angles of a triangle. So that means all three angles together have to add up to
180.
180, right? All three, no matter the size, will always add up to 180. All three, no matter the size, will add up to 180. Now, if we're classifying by angles, that means I'm looking for the values of the angles. Now, acute. An acute angle. This is something that you guys should have had a long time ago. Acute angle. Can someone tell me what acute is? Small. Very good. But what's the definition of small?
Little.
Tiny. Okay. At what point is it no longer considered tiny?
When it's big.
180.
No, not 180.
190.
Past 90.
90. So, it's angles that are less than 90 degrees. Angles that are less than 90 degrees. So that means all three of these angles have to be less than 90 degrees for it to be an acute triangle. Next one, a right triangle. So what do we know about a right triangle? 90. What is 90? One of the angles. One of the angles, only one. I can't have more than one. One angle, so one angle is 90 degrees. No, you can't.
A square.
Is that a triangle?
Oh, it's talking about triangle.
Go ahead. Who just said you had a question?
I have a question.
Didn't someone just say they had a question?
Yeah, but it wasn't me. Never asked questions.
Hey, that guy. That guy over there. You're supposed to move over here, remember? Okay, guess not.
Who are you talking to?
You! I'm trying not to say your name because I'm recording this.
Oh.
Remember, you're supposed to move up.
No, that was like one day you said.
Every day. Have you fixed the problem?
Oh, no.
Oh my
Is
goodness.
there any close seats?
Yes, there's open spots over here. Yes. Over there, there's two right there. Oh my goodness.
Why can't you say people's names while recording?
But what about her? She's doing her work.
I know, I'm just copying.
Matt, no, go over here.
I'm still not gonna be able to see.
You want to sit here? You want to sit right here? Here. Here, bro. I got you.
Do I take my notebook?
Yep. All right. So now for this next one right here, it says obtuse. Obtuse. An obtuse angle is
More than 90 degrees.
more than 90.
More than 180.
More than 90, but
Less than 180. My bad.
very good. So more than 90. So it's angle. So my angle is greater than 90 degrees, but it's also angle has to be less than crap, wrong symbol. Wrong Pac-Man. 180 degrees. Okay? So, it's going to be more than 90 but less than 180. Now, because it cannot be 180, all three angles in a triangle together have to be 180, right? So it's not possible to have it to be just one 180. Yes?
What does the second one say?
This one right here?
Yeah.
One angle equals 90 degrees. All right, so classify by sides. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the length of the sides. So let's see. It says 3 congruent sides. Now, what does congruent mean? Equal, the same, right? So if I'm going to do my tick marks for this, I'm going to have that this congruent to this, congruent to this. It has 3 congruent sides there, right? So if it has, bless you, 3 congruent sides, that is going to be an equilateral. Now, isosceles, 2 congruent sides. 2 congruent sides. That means that it's going to be, that's congruent to that. Okay, so it's going to have 2 congruent sides. Now, there's one more thing I want to add to this. Okay, isosceles, because this is going to work both ways. It has 2 congruent sides and base angles are congruent. So these 2 angles are congruent to each other. Those angles will be congruent to each other. So those 2 are congruent, and it also means these 2 sides are congruent. That's important because we're going to use that information, and I guarantee that pops up on a test. AZ merit, definitely. All right. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, next one. Scalene triangle. Scalene triangle has no congruent sides. None of the sides are going to be the same. Okay? Now, the next thing, let's take a look at this box down here. It says, isosceles triangle have 2 congruent sides and 2 congruent angles. The angles are referred to as my base angles. Okay? The base angles are the ones on the bottom here. So if those 2 are congruent, the angle opposite are congruent. Okay? Those 2 are congruent to each other. Next one says equilateral triangle. That's where I had on the very top one. Is also an equiangular triangle because they have all 3 angles are going to be congruent. So if all the sides are congruent, all the angles are also congruent. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, are we good? So that's going to be a vocabulary word that you're going to have popping up here soon. All right, let's take a look at the page. This one here. This is what we're doing. This is our next one that goes on 47. Okay, so now we're going to classify this. So we're going to classify it using angles and sides. So let's take a look. Is this going to be an equilateral?
No.
No, it's not. Is it isosceles?
No.
No.
Is it scalene?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So I'm going to X that one right there. Bam. Okay, now classify it by its angle. This is going to be important here. So, are any of the angles the same?
No.
Okay, none of the angles are the same because none of the sides are the same.
Yep.
All right, so is there any of them here that looks like they're 90 degrees or more?
More.
Right.
It looks like it's more, right?
Right there.
In between the 4 and the 5, right? That looks like it's more than 1/8 or more than 90, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's stretched out a little bit more than right. A right one would be straight up and down, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Okay, and a right one usually has a box right here. So, if it's more than 90, it's going to be a obtuse. Thank you. Bam. All right, number 2. Okay, is that one going to be equilateral, isosceles, or scalene? Isosceles. Why is it isosceles? 2 of the sides are the same, right? 2 of the sides are the same. So that is isosceles. What about angle? Is that obtuse again? Yeah, because it looks like this one right here is definitely more than 90, right? Okay, so I'm going to call that one obtuse. 3. Is that equilateral, isosceles, or scalene? Equilateral, right? Equilateral, all of them are the same. So it's going to be an equilateral. So let's check that one. Bam. By the angle, this is going to be what? Acute. Very good. So if it's an equilateral, what's the value of every angle? 60. That's what we got on the previous page, right? It's 60 degrees. Anyone have any questions before I keep going? Are we good? Yes? For the time being? All right, so this one we said is going to be an acute. Now, this one right here, number 4. Number 4, is this going to be isosceles? Equilateral, isosceles, or scalene? Scalene, because they're all different, right? Is this one going to be acute, obtuse, or right?
Right.
This one's going to be a right. Okay, I could do the math on this one and tell you, yes, it is a right.
Why is it right?
If I do the Pythagorean theorem here,
No, Mr. It's okay, move on.
3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. My Pythagorean theorem works with all right triangles. So if it works out like this, then it comes out to be the same. So what is 3 squared? Say 9. What's 4 squared?
16.
What's 5 squared?
25.
Add 9 and 16.
25.
So is 25 equal to 25?
Yeah.
So if that's equal to each other, then that means that this is a right triangle. Okay? So I'm just introducing that part right there because we will have more of that later. All right, so where are we at? 5 now, right?
Yes.
Let's look at 5. Now, is it going to be equilateral, isosceles, or scalene? Isosceles. Why is it isosceles? There's 2 7s, right?
Oh,
We're on this one right here,
I was
right?
looking at the number.
Okay, yeah. So it's isosceles. Okay, so put that X there. Is this going to be acute, obtuse, or right?
Obtuse.
Cute.
Acute?
Obtuse?
Is all of them acute?
No. Obtuse.
No, I'm trying to clarify this way. Are all of them acute?
No.
No, because for it to be acute, all of them have to be acute. But does this one have anyone that's more than 90? Yeah, so therefore it has to be obtuse. Now, I'm going to show you guys the trick that I just did right there. This one right here is for my right triangle. So if 25 equals 25, that is going to be a right triangle. Okay, so now I'm going to test one of these other ones. Now, in my Pythagorean theorem, my C value is always my longest one, right? Say yes. Okay, so it's going to be A squared plus B squared equals C squared, if you guys forgot it. So that's a right triangle here. So the next one I'm going to do is, what's one that was, let's do an obtuse. Okay, so we know that this is the first one's obtuse. So I'm going to do 4 squared plus 5 squared equals 7 squared. Okay, we said this one's obtuse, right? Okay, so 4 squared is?
16.
And 5 squared?
25.
You said this is on page 40?
7. 47.
Ooh,
So I know there's no one just trying to hide behind their backpack to play on their phone, so please don't do that. Why don't you move over here too? Yes, go ahead.
it's actually being cool up front.
All right, equals.
49.
7 squared is? 49, right? Okay, so 16 plus 25 is 41. So that is not equal, are they? Okay, so now I want to show you guys on the calculator. I'm going to show you on this one right here. So if you don't know this yet, I'm going to show you. So we said 4 squared, right? So now house is where you start. There's a house button, right? Say yes.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have a calculator with you right now, right? Where's your calculator? Good, very good. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys how to get to do the math. This button right here is called the scratch pad. It's right below escape. Hit that one, and it brings me to my scratch pad. That's where I do my math. If I hit it one more time, I get a graph. That's where I do my graph. Hit it again, I go back. That button right there. Hit it, hit it, hit it.
I did.
There you go.
I'm at a graph.
Then hit it again.
Oh, I'm at notes.
There we go. All right, so watch this. So I'm going to do the math. So we said 4 squared plus 5 squared, right? There's my 41. So now, I'm going to show you guys the rule on this.
41.
So 41 is going to be less than 49, so this is obtuse.
Wait, is there a way we could do it without the calculator or no?
Yeah, you just have to know your math.
Like algebra?
Yeah.
What is Star Wars?
Huh? Hey, come on. Oh. No, bad. There. Anyway.
Pad.
All right, so I'm going to do another one we said was acute. So I'm going to do this one over here. I'm going to do the one with 5s. So 5 squared plus 5 squared equals 5 squared.
Yeah.
Right? I'm using this one that we already have right here, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing it, plugging it in my Pythagorean theorem here.
It's over there.
So it's going to be 25 plus 25 equals 25. So 50 is not equal to 25. So 50 is greater than 25. So this side is greater than, that's a cube. There we go. All right. So, okay, now, let's go back to this now, please. This is what we were working on yesterday. Listen up, this is going to be what you have on page 46. This is your practice.
I don't have that.
Yes, you. Now, it says z. If these two are going to be congruent, what is z congruent to?
X.
Where?
Look, x, y, z.
Oh, Q.
Z is congruent to
Q.
q.
Oh, we're doing the.
Remember, this is what we're using here, right?
Oh,
So yz, look right here, yz it has to be congruent to PQ. Very good. All right, so is it that time?
No.
No, we have.
We have 50, 70.
Okay, yeah, we're good then, right? Okay. So you guys are gonna have that. I'm gonna show you guys how to do the bottom here. Now,
Is this our homework?
this is gonna be your practice. This one's gonna be the homework. Okay, I'm gonna. This is really easy.
Algebra.
Yes, it is basic algebra. Okay, so watch this. Watch this now. Okay, so now if n, angle n is 30, what does n go with? Angle what?
A.
Angle A, right? Angle A is congruent to n. So what is the value for angle A?
30.
Very good. Okay, so B, there's a box right here on B.
90 degree.
That's 90, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use a little bit of algebra here.
90 divided by 5.
So I'm going to say that 5y equals 90, right? And to get y by itself, you would do what?
Divide.
Divide by?
5.
Let's do that. Divide by 5. Y is,
18.
there we go. So now I get a value for y, right?
Yeah.
Can I do the same thing for z?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And for z, I would say what? 7z
7z divided.
plus 6 equals what?
90. No.
Why does it equal 90?
The right angle.
It's the right angle here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aren't you getting all?
I don't have to, I'll put it in here later.
Oh.
I'll put it in later because
that-
I'm going to need it for this.
That's the rotation of clockwise, right? The shape.
That would be a rotational. Yeah. You can rotate
So they're
it clockwise
so they're
or
both 90,
counterclockwise.
right? Even if it's upside
Yeah,
down.
they're already congruent. Yes. So look, see the box? The box is 90, right?
Yeah.
The box is 90.
Again, right?
That equals 90, right?
Alright then, that's what I was trying to say.
I'm going to let you guys solve for that one. So that's going to be your y and your z.
Don't we already know it's going to be 18?
Hmm?
Don't we already know it's going to be 18?
It's probably going to be. It's not going to be. Because that's the value for y, right? Now, subtract 6 from both sides.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be what? 84. And then you're going to have to divide by 7, right? Yes? You got the calculators there too.
So
something like that, right? Yeah.
So, Z
Yeah.
equals. Why does it keep on turning off?
Oh, because it's kind of like your cell phone. It's
Is it gonna be a
recharge.
fraction? I'm guessing.
No, it's actually a whole number.
Only 90.
All right, so now here's the next thing. It says
It's 12.
it said
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's 12.
all right. So ln is the value from here to here, right? From L to N.
Yeah.
Okay, and then A to C. So I'm gonna do AC real quick. Do we know what Z is?
No.
Did you solve for
Oh
Z?
yeah, 12. It's 12.
Oh, yeah, it's 12.
Okay. So Z is what?
12.
Class Z is?
12.
So right here it says Z plus 12. So AC has to be
24.
24. Is that easy?
Yeah.
Wait, do that again? My bad.
Bro,
I'm
pay
slow.
attention,
What's Z?
man.
It's 12.
Z is?
12.
Okay, so that is?
12 plus
24.
12.
There we go. Whole thing's 24, right?
Alright, my bad.
Bam, he got it.
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking
Did
at
it,
the
we did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray. Okay, so you guys got this?
Wait,
Okay.
so-
Can I get another chair? My back's hurting.
Yeah.
So on
I gave you
number
this chair,
nine-
but-
So on number 9 on that side, it would be 12. I mean 24 as well. Are you,
Yes, this is going to be 24, isn't it?
Yeah, but on the line, we write our answer.
Yep.
Alright, so we're doing all this by ourselves now?
Yep.
No.
Don't forget, like and subscribe.